The crimson glow of Mustafar's molten rivers cast long, dancing shadows across a newly forged figure. He stood, or rather stumbled, a grotesque parody of the legendary Jedi Knight he once was. The pain was all-consuming, a searing symphony of burnt flesh, severed limbs, and a shattered spirit struggling within a cybernetic shell. This was Darth Vader, fresh from the operating table, dropped onto the very planet that had consumed his past and now demanded his future. The Emperor, in his infinite cruelty and wisdom, had sent him here for a purpose far deeper than mere convalescence. This wasn't a healing retreat, it was a crucible. Vader was forbidden the easy balm of the Force to mend his broken parts. He was left in the volcanic waste, utterly alone, with a mandate: embrace his pain, rebuild himself, and truly become the Dark Lord he was destined to be. It was a baptism of fire, not just for his new suit, but for his very soul. Imagine, if you will, the sheer desolation. Here, amidst the acrid smoke and the roar of exploding lava, lay the remnants of a separatist facility. A battlefield frozen in time, littered with the skeletal husks of battle droids, their metallic limbs twisted into macabre sculptures by the planet's unforgiving embrace. For someone so utterly reliant on the Force, to be stripped of it in his moment of greatest need was a profound humbling, a brutal re-education. How does one, in such a state, begin to rebuild? Vader, without the elegant precision of the Force, was reduced to something primal. He moved through the ruins not with grace, but with a mechanical, grinding resolve. His labored breaths echoed in his helmet, each one a testament to his suffering. He scoured the wreckage, not for solace, but for raw material. He was searching for parts, for something, anything, to replace what was irrevocably lost. It's a profoundly unsettling image, isn't it? The most feared enforcer of a galactic empire reduced to salvaging scraps from his defeated enemies? But this act, this gruesome scavenger hunt, was fundamental to his transformation. He found what he needed: the mangled limbs of old battle droids, relics of a war that had ironically paved his path to the dark side. And then came the act itself. This wasn't the work of skilled medics or the meticulous application of advanced technology. This was a raw, visceral, almost savage act of self-repair. Picture him amidst the orange glow, using crude tools, the sparks from his welding torch illuminating the scarred, ruined landscape. He tore away his own damaged cybernetics, exposing the raw ends of circuits and nerves. Then, with a chilling deliberation, he began to fuse the droid parts onto his own broken body. The whirring of repurposed servos, the clatter of hastily attached plating, the smell of burning metal, these were the sounds and scents of his rebirth. This wasn't merely about mending, it was about making. He was literally piecing himself together from the wreckage of the past, using the very instruments of conflict that had defined his fall. The separatist droids, once enemies of the Republic he championed, now became the literal building blocks of his monstrous new form. This act of self-mutilation and reconstruction, performed on the site of his greatest defeat, wasn't just physical. It was a declaration. It was a rejection of Anakin Skywalker, a complete embrace of Darth Vader. The Force was not a healing hand here. It was his raw hatred, his indomitable will that drove the process. Each weld, each clunky attachment, each spark flying into the Mustafarian air forged a deeper commitment to his new identity. He was not just fixing himself, he was forging himself. He was internalizing the lesson that the Emperor intended. Pain is not weakness, but a wellspring of power. It became his fuel, his very being. The more he suffered, the more monstrous, the more powerful he became. This moment in Charles Soule's comic series is more than just a shocking visual, it is a profound metaphor. It shows us Vader literally building his future from the shattered remnants of his past. He wasn't merely surviving, he was transcending, redefining what it meant to be him. He He was consciously choosing to be a construct of pure will and suffering, an embodiment of the darkness he had embraced. He shed the last vestiges of Anakin's reliance on the Force as a crutch, and instead found a chilling, self-made strength. In essence, Mustafar's embrace wasn't a punishment, but a horrific gift. It was there, through this gruesome act of self-forging, that Darth Vader truly, definitively became the terrifying icon we know. He rose from the ashes, not as a phoenix, but a machine of vengeance and despair, built by his own hand from the wreckage of his own tragic story. It's a powerful exploration, isn't it? How far would we go to rebuild ourselves after ultimate defeat? What materials, what aspects of our past would we choose to incorporate into our new form? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this truly pivotal moment in Vader's journey. What do you think this scene reveals about the nature of pain, will, and transformation? Please share your insights in the comments below. And if you found this reflection thought-provoking, consider subscribing or following for more stories from a galaxy far, far away.